This is a container of raw cashews that I've been soaking in water for approximately 4 hours. I do this to get rid of the phytic acid that covers the cashews. Once they're soaked, I drain them and now they're ready to add to the Vitamix in order to make cashew cream. Now that I've drained my raw cashews that soaked for several hours to get rid of the phytic acid, I put them into my Vitamix. And that's approximately 3 cups of cashews. I put the top on the Vitamix. I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of water to start. I use a tamping tool on the Vitamix, and I start at a low speed. Now that the cashews are blended and I take the lid off, you can see how creamy they are. Now I'm going to use the cashew cream that we prepared earlier to make a ricotta style cheese out of the cashew cream to use on the lasagna that we're about to prepare. I take about 1 cup of the cashew cream. I add to that nutritional yeast, which gives it a cheese-like flavor, crushed black pepper, and salt. And I mix this to make the vegan ricotta cheese for our lasagna. The next step in preparing our vegan lasagna is to take a regular zucchini and cut off the stem end and discard that. I'm using a slicer in order to make thick slices so I can dehydrate these partially. First, I take off a thin slice of the zucchini in order to give me a flat surface to work with. Next, I do thicker slices and place them on the dehydrator tray. We'll also be using slightly dehydrated tomatoes in this recipe. These need to be at least 1/4 to maybe 1/3 of an inch thick because they shrink quite a bit during dehydration. These I also place on the dehydrator tray. I have my dehydrator here, and I'll take the tray and insert it into the dehydrator. And I set the controls for about 115 degrees for approximately 2 hours. Our zucchini and tomatoes are dehydrated. They look like this. And these are the components along with pesto and the ricotta cheese that we're going to make our lasagna from. Now we'll assemble our vegan lasagna. We have the slightly dehydrated zucchini slices, the slightly dehydrated tomato slices, organic homemade pesto, and the cashew cream ricotta that we made. We start with 2 slices of the zucchini and cover them with our homemade pesto. When I make pesto at home, I always use basil, but I oftentimes add spinach and or kale to the mix in order to give it a little different flavor. But I always use garlic and pine nuts. Next, the slices of tomatoes, and they're covered then with the cashew cream ricotta cheese that we made. Remember, that was a cashew cream with the nutritional yeast added to it. To that, we do 2 more slices of the zucchini, more pesto, more tomato, and one last layer of our cashew cream ricotta. And there you have it. Very fast, very delicious, and very good for you.